you would like to try out Arch Linux, but you don't want to go through the hassle of manually configuring everything, you want an installer that is relatively simple that will put you into a desktop right off the bat. Look no further than Bridge Linux. We are going to be looking at the August 2012 edition right now on Spatry's Cup of Linux. Before I begin, I want to point out that if you visit the millertechnologies.net website, okay, it has some information on Bridge Linux and some downloads. It comes in a few flavors. You can get this in the i686 or x86-64. You get the choice of XFCE, GNOME, KDE, and then a light version. I'm really not sure what the light version has to offer, and it doesn't describe anything on the website, so hopefully Miller Technologies will update this and give us an idea. But I wouldn't be surprised if the light edition runs something like Fluxbox or OpenBox. Okay, let's go ahead and have a look at this in our virtual machine. We are looking at the XFCE edition of Bridge Linux. And the nice thing I like about this is it already gives you some instructions to begin with. There's a README file right on the desktop that gives you some pointers that you need to follow when you first install this on your computer. So I highly recommend that you read through this after running the installation script. And when you run the installation script on this, this uses the familiar ncurses installer that one would come to expect when using Arch Linux. Unfortunately, Arch Linux no longer has this convenient installer. I'm glad to see that this is included here. Now, there are a number of settings here for the operating environment, and you can easily access it here through the settings manager, or you can access them individually here. Usually I just prefer to go into the settings manager itself. Another nice thing I like about this is the appearance. I love the icon sets and everything that they have included in this. Let's go ahead and open up one of the folders and you'll see what I mean. One thing I think would be really nice if they were actually able to get the Thunar file manager here to match the panels that they have on the screen. I think that would be better, but that's okay. You can easily theme it if you wish to, just by going into Appearance here, and you will see that they do have some themes that you can choose from. And there is one called Dusk, which is nice and dark for those of you who like dark themes. So let's go ahead and close this now. Alright, this comes with the Chromium web browser by default, so those of you who like Chromium, you can use this as your web browser. And then, of course, this also has the Terminator, which has multiple terminals in one window that you can easily... This is great for many of you people who have multiple things running, and you want to keep tabs on all of your terminals and that sort of thing. So there is our Chromium here that just opened up. And then, of course, we have the Terminator here. Okay, now this doesn't come with a whole lot pre-installed on it, which is great for those of you who want to have something to build on top of. The only thing is, I noticed that we have a couple of things that are showing up twice in the menus, and hopefully that's something that will get fixed later on down the line here. But you have a number of accessories that will allow you to get the most out of this system. The OpenJDK Policy Tool. In graphics, you get the GIMP and Shotwell. In Internet, Chromium, Thunderbird, and Transmission, a lightweight BitTorrent client. Personally, I prefer Deluge myself. Thunderbird for the email. Okay, and then in multimedia, you get Exhale, a simple mixer, and the XF Burn tool, probably my favorite disk burning utility. In Office, just a few little utilities: Abbey Word, a dictionary, Numeric, Orage Calendar, and Orage Global Time. You get a post-install script, and then, of course, a few little system tools. All in all, I'm really liking what I'm seeing here. Also, something I wanted to mention in the terminal application that you have here, this uses Packer to access the AUR. So if you want to get any applications from the Arch user repository, instead of typing in YAWARCH, you will just simply type in Packer and what it is you are looking for. So let's try that. This may not work because we are looking at this in live mode, obviously, but we can try Packer GovCPU. Just for laughs and giggle, because that's one of my favorite applications. Okay, it's saying the database doesn't exist, but you can see here that, alright, we do have some choices from the AUR. It's just that these haven't been configured yet, and that's why we're seeing this error. So, all in all, I'm really liking what I'm seeing here. This is a great way to use and experience Arch for those of you who really don't want to go through a lot of hassle and trouble with the way Arch is currently installing. Bottom line, Bridge Linux brings something great to the table, but because it is based on Arch, updates to the system can sometimes cause breakage. This is a rolling release, and I do not recommend running a rolling release on a production system, but it's great for you enthusiasts out there who want to try out Arch and see what really makes a Linux operating system tick.